You spend nights updating a work profile, sending 30 proposals to clients, and what? Nothing. You only get will get back to you. So 90% of freelancers don't get clients or don't convert the sales calls because not because they are like untalented, but because they don't understand the business very well. So I'm going to share you 15 reasons why you are failing to get land clients, and I think one or two or more reasons you will relate with yourself, and I hope you can work on it and close more and more clients. Everyone writes, I'm a social media manager, I can help you grow followers, but that is very generic. You're not telling like how much you can help them grow, in what percentage, in how much time, do you can grow profile views, or you can also bring in leads. So what does actually growth mean? So if you're a graphic designer, try not just saying that you make graphics or aesthetic designs, but how you can help a skincare or cosmetic D2C brand to take over their business like 2x, 3x with the great designs. Client thinks, why should I believe you? Without case studies, you look like a risk. So build a value first portfolio. I've already done a video where you can see if you don't have any portfolio starting from scratch, you should go and check out. But for a crisp, I would suggest you can create some samples for the company, or you can just make a fake portfolio, you can say, where you can just show the samples in general. Like if you will rebrand, for an example, K-Beauty today, how will you do that? So like that you have to do in their niche and make a portfolio as though we like sample one and can show them. Many freelancers behave like employees that get being selected. Clients want partners, not just task doers. You do the task and it's done. No, they want partners. You take the full responsibility of all the work you're doing. If I'm associating on social media marketing with my client, and for an example, something is not in my work scope, but maybe my client can tell me that, yeah, okay, Kriti, this you have to look. Or just forget that. If I am taking the whole project, I have to make sure that I have to bring in the results. I cannot be like, I'm just making videos, it's not directly related to income anyway, so you can't expect. No, I have to make sure that I'm providing the results. So basically shift from hire me to I can grow your revenue in X amount of time. Freelancers have this big problem that they focus only on one skill. Like either they're doing editing, or they're just doing SEO, or they're just doing designing. But if you want to become a good freelancer, agency owner in the future, you have to have that one and all charisma that you can do, and at least can hire people for the things you can't do, and you can manage everything by your own. So go learn basics of marketing, funnels, ROI, so that you can at least do an overview of everything. So instead of like I'll make a logo, you can say I'll make a brand identity that will be there for 100 years and will stick together, bring more trust and conversions. If you look like everyone else, then price is the differentiator. So client will bargain you out, but you can stand out with something unique. What I do in my case, I have 5 years of experience in my agency. I'm running my agency. I have an IIT degree, so that shows my dedication and research area is good. And of course, I have huge numbers on social media, like I have 100k on LinkedIn, 13k on Instagram, and currently 1.5k on YouTube. So yeah, I also bargain them that why they should pay me. Upwork or Fiverr is the bloodbath. Basically, it's a race to lowest prices, and it's not my kind of a thing. You can fix this by diversifying. You can send cold emails, you can send cold DMs. I have made ton of videos on cold DMs on LinkedIn. There's a whole playlist on LinkedIn you can go and watch on my channel. You can go and target on niche communities. So there are Facebook communities, WhatsApp communities, Discord communities, which you can go and directly pitch to people. And the best part, content, to get some inbound leads. You guys won't believe I have a Calendly link to book my call on all of my platforms, and I'm getting calls booked from YouTube also, where I barely get any views on my videos. But just because I have a presence, I am there. Even if one person is watching me and saying, wow, Kriti is good, we can work with her, they'll book the call. So yeah, content is the key. Hi sir, I do XYZ. Ignored. Generic DM kills credibility. Personalized outreach is best. You can mention about the work they are doing, the recent content, the event they have been, or just can talk about their business as in general, that what you like about their website, what you like about their brand, and yeah, you will get accepted. Freelancers oversell their skills instead of asking questions. That's the huge mistake they do in their discovery calls. Feel they are not getting understood, but they are getting sold. and that is the biggest mistake you do. So you have to use mirror technique. Like you have to mirror it what the client says. If client has a slow motion voice, you will talk in that way. If client use a lot of hands, you can also do that. If client is someone who keep a lot of silence and pauses, so behave like what your client do and let them speak more and you speak less. You moreover listen to them. That is the best way to close discovery calls. This is the huge thing I see in the industry. You just pitch once, you just send 3 messages and you're like, Kriti, they've accepted but they have not replied. Yeah, they will not reply. You have to follow up with them twice, thrice, and you need to make a whole sheet and maintain the data which you have to follow up, not just 1 week, 1 month, 2 months. I follow people after 6 months, 1 year also, you know. But in the meanwhile, you can keep in touch with them on their content or in any way you think. But follow up is the key, you know, like you are losing so much money on the table just by not following up. No online presence equals to no trust. Client stock profiles before hiring. You can post a lot of content about your case studies, about the client's pain points, about the aspirational content, about what's going right, wrong in your industry. So much to post. Even 2 to 3 posts per week also do wonders on LinkedIn. Copy pasting cover letters, talking about yourself too much and not the client. So proposals should be like why it matters, what isn't in them for your approach, proof, and then CTA. Keep it short, client focused. Freelancers who undercharge attract only bad clients, and I can tell you by experience, I not take any clients who I feel is just not worth the money. I just say no to them. There is not a universal formula, but it's simple logic. See, if someone is just starting out, or if someone is very low budget, they will keep counting on the penny. Like, you know, if they invest 2 rupees also, they want like 10 rupees output because it's their hard-earned money. They will keep an accountability for every rupee they invest. But when it comes to people who are much more longer in the business, they don't care money about so much. They do want results, yes, but it's not like that they are so mad about the money they've invested that they keep bugging the team every time. You know, they will give their space and their freedom to shine upon. So use value-based pricing, and you can give them different offers and packages. I help, by the way, customizing offers and packages also. You can book my top mate call, I would believe, and yeah, I can help you. Saying yes to all is such a nightmare. Matlab scope creep, low payments, everything I can imagine can go wrong. Not every client is your client, okay? There are some red flags like disrespect, low paying, no boundaries. Don't work with them. And you can fix this by defining your dream client, like what industry they are in, what they're doing, what budget they will offer, where you will get in those people, like that. Freelancers, you post, I have a student also like this. She posts like 4 times a week, then she get posted for 2 weeks, and then she comes back and then she posts, and then she's like, Kriti, I'm not getting results. I mean, are these people fools who are posting daily, who are fighting on LinkedIn for reach? Are these people fools? No. So understand your market, understand your competition. There's so much competition, and you are thinking, keep high, matlab, I will come, I will post, and yeah, my DMs will get flooded. No boss, that's not happening. Many quit after 2 months. See, freelancing is a long-term game, and you will see lows and highs, like, you know, low income months when you don't have clients, when you have very less clients. And in business, it's very normal. You can't treat a job like a freelancing. So celebrate small wins. Understand that you can take personalized help from coaching or consulting. Courses, I won't say you can learn for free from YouTube, but yes, you can take some personalized help. And this is a long-run game. You cannot treat it like come and go. Remember, 90% people fail because they repeat their mistakes. So if you relate to any of these mistakes in the video, go and fix it. And yeah, do follow me on LinkedIn and YouTube, and feel free to DM me on LinkedIn or drop a comment here so I can answer your doubts.